Well, John again. I figured while I was at it, I might as well touch up my grandpa's. That was my grandpa's, and this was my wife's grandpa. And then I made handles for him. This one's oak, and I think that's out of. Can't remember if I made it out of. I think it's hickory. Yeah, it's hickory. But used the same style, pretty much. I think, yeah, I made this handle a little bit longer. Actually, this axe is heavier. You can see the body's thicker. This one kind of more, it's got more of a, I think they call these a small broad axe for chopping and hewing. But I cleaned them up and I went ahead and put a nice edge on it here. I haven't done that in a while, and did the same to this one. It's got a, I forget what degree that is. I think it's 30 degree, and they're non-symmetrical, unlike the Grants Works Brooks. It's the same bevel on both sides. I think they call that a symmetrical grind. This would be, I guess, asymmetrical grind because it's almost flat on the back. I think that's for like if you're doing like this type of stuff, like maybe carving or something. But I believe that's the correct term. But anyhow, I went ahead and cleaned those up a little bit, and I even did my fro. I did put a little more of an edge on it. I made this handle. I should have made that handle, that's hickory, should have made it a little longer. I need more leverage because when you're splitting the board, they used to use these for doing shakes, and I do them for making my cross pieces out of firewood, and it's plenty long for that. But the longer the handle you've got, the more leverage. I know, like out east, when they made the those chairs, the round back chairs, they would split the pieces out from logs. They would split them rather than saw them on a sawmill. They would actually find straight grain, and then you could lever, and for making shakes and all kinds of stuff. But one of these days I'm going to make I've kind of got a crude wedge in there, but it holds. But anyhow, this is the different. I think the darker the color, the coarser the grit, I believe. But I've got the green, kind of a reddish color. I don't know what you call that. And then these are brown. But I think the lighter the color, the finer the coarseness. And then you can get a polishing wheel. They just have a little screw, and they just screw on. It's kind of handy. I've even got I think you can get a wire brush one. I've got one that's kind of I haven't used this one. It's kind of a abrasive brush, but I think they make a wire brush one too. They call this a bristle. Roll-Lock Bristle Disc Grade. 3M product. I haven't tried that yet, but anyhow, that's kind of the method I use. So alrighty, have a good one. God bless.